Hi guys, well this is a Jacklore knife update. As some of you know, I'm sure, I've been away on my vacation, or 25th wedding anniversary celebration. It's only for 3 days. My wife and I went to the Lake District. We had a lovely time. But this is the progress of the knives so far. All the blades now have been heat treated and tempered, and final grinds put on. They're all sharp. They've all passed the Jacklore sharpness test. A variety of different woods on these knives. These three here are all mixed boat scales, so I thought that would come out really nice. This one here is olive wood. This is Lone's knife. He's requested olive. He sent me this piece of wood. It really worked quite well, but the holes seem to go very tight afterwards, Lone, so I don't know if there's oil in the wood which makes the fibres of the wood swell slightly. I'm not sure, but anyway, I think I can do something with it. This one's Bribo's. He had a piece of walnut which was given to him by Jedi Knight of the Woods, I believe. So that's for Bribo. And this is Lee's knife with Corian, a type of plastic MDF, I'm not sure. I did notice though, Lee, that if you look halfway through the thickness of the Corian, there's a line where obviously two pieces have been joined at some point, so I'm not sure how, when I sand through that line, what we're going to see. Anyway, I won't know unless I try, so we'll give it a go. Moving on, I've got something to show you. I'll put that in the next clip. And here we are. A piece of leather and some leather tools. This is a burnisher all the way from Japan. Stitch groover. This is I don't know if it's called a pinwheel. I'm not sure. But you rotate it and it marks where you put the holes. An awl, although I don't think I'll be using the awl very much because I think it's quite time consuming. I'm probably going to use a 1.5mm or 1.2mm drill bit, Dremel tool perhaps. That's from Lone Woodpecker sent me that, thank you very much Lone. And some leather dye. So I'm going to try my hands at making a leather sheath for this, a traditional sheath. I must say that I've been very impressed actually with the feedback that I've got from the people that have had my knives, especially those of you that have gone on to make your own custom made sheaths. And I've had a good choice now of sheaths to choose and types of ways to design and build them. Nathan was the first one, then Mick, Jester Bushcraft, produced a Kydex sheath. Just watched a video this evening, Mick, and I thought that sheath really looked great. You know, I was surprised actually how well it looked. And then to top it all, Ken Cram produced a sheath, traditional sheath, but instead of using stitching, he riveted it all the way, and there's no way the knife blade is going to cut through the rivets, so that was quite a safe sheath and it looked fairly quick to produce. So I'm going to get this batch of knives out of the way, then I'm going to try my hand at making a couple of sheaths, and hopefully I'm going to be able to sell the knives with a sheath and hopefully a fire steel holder as well, and that'll be a complete package. Also in its embryonic stages at the moment, a possible design for a neck knife which will be an accompaniment to the Jacklore, where the Jacklore would be more suitable for the heavier bushcraft jobs, but the accompanying neck knife will be designed specifically as a lighter duty carving tool for finer work. So I'll keep you posted as that goes on. But anyway, the problem now I have is that I've normally produced these knives singly, but I've done these in a batch of 7. I've worked them all through to the same stage, and so now I've got to glue them all up, and I've only got one vice over here. I normally just do one knife at a time and glue it in a vice, but this time I feel that I'm going to try and glue all these handles up at the same time, and then work on them all and get them all finished together, and then send them out. All being well, it's the 25th today. I'm hoping I'll have them finished in 4 or 5 days time, maybe less than that. So those of you that are waiting for a Jacklaw, your wait shouldn't be too much longer. Anyway, on to gluing the hands on. Also, before I do, I'll just show you a couple of the knives. They've all got this on the inside of the handles. I've drilled little pits, and there's holes through the handle to allow the epoxy to go through, so I don't think these handles are ever going to come off. Yeah, you can see that there. It's quite possible that I may have inspired some of you to have a go at making your own knives. But please, if you do have a go, make sure you take adequate precaution, because not only are you manufacturing something which is very sharp and you can possibly cut yourself, you also have to deal with dust. Because some of the woods involved, I think, can be dangerous. So I always use a dust mask, and in conjunction with the appliances that I have here, which create a lot of dust. And I've also got this very noisy dust extractor. But the noise is the least of my worries. For those of you that wonder what glue I use to hold the handles on, I use this stuff, Evo Stick Control. It's called Control because it says it takes, it remains movable for up to 2 hours, and it takes a full 30 plus hours to set. So it's a strong, very very strong two-part epoxy. I did try flour and water, but that didn't seem to work very well. So anyway, I'm just going to glue these handles up now, just degrease them, glue them up, and then on to the next stage.